3 times 5, and then we had to add the 2. 4 times 5, then we had to add the 2. And 5 times 5, and then we had to add the 2. Okay, so now that we've done some discussion and reflection on our previous two problems as a class, let's think about these last two questions. How much more than $5 does Jody pay for one ticket? So when we're looking here at the one ticket, we see that she pays a total of $7. So in other words, she just paid $2 more because of that fee. Well, how much more if she bought 5 tickets? Well, 5 tickets cost $25. 5 times 5 is 25. And since our total is 27, again, she only paid $2 more. Okay, let's think about this. We still have a constant multiplier, right? Our constant multiplier or our unit rate was $5 per one ticket. We labeled that in the very beginning. But after that, we weren't finished. We then had to add the fee to get our final total. So here is our big stamp. We can have proportional relationships. We can also have non-proportional relationships. And the umbrella that covers both of them is called linear relationships. And we're going to see that more clearly when we start looking at graphs. But these are linear relationships. So let's go ahead and write that vocab word down. Okay, so that means that when there are two quantities, as one quantity changes by a constant amount, the other quantity also changes by a constant amount. However, we know that when we're dealing with proportional relationships, there is only a constant multiplier, right? We always write it as y equals kx. We are only multiplying these two things together, and then we get our answer, we get our y values. But with a non-proportional relationship, we have an additional step after using that constant multiplier. And we call this additional step a constant. So this is a proportional relationship. But a non-proportional relationship, let's use a different color, has a unit rate. And a constant. This extra step that we need to do, oops, I'm misspelling it, at the end. Okay, so a constant is what is being added or taken away once, right? It never repeats, unlike the constant multiplier that changes at a constant rate, right? The $2 fee wasn't for every single ticket. It was at the end, once we found the cost of the tickets, we then just added it to our total. So when looking at word problems, we need to identify both the unit rate and the constant, okay? So we're gonna identify both of these things in the next few activities, and I want you to identify the unit rate by writing it with its label. Then I want you to identify the constant by writing it as either an added part or a part that's being taken away. So for example, if I go back to Jody's problem up at the top, she pays $5 per ticket. So I see that as a rate. So the more tickets she buys, the more money she has to spend. So I would label that as unit rate. So over to the side, I would write $5 per ticket. So we're going to do this here in a second on our draw out activity. And then I see that this constant, right, is the one-time $2 convenience fee. So I would label that as constant or a C. And because it is a one-time $2 convenience fee, I would write plus $2 because we would also have to add that to our price per ticket. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and try the next two problems.